It is the midday of May 8th, 1942, and Task Force 13 finds itself under constant attack. The IJN have managed to launch multiple air raids on Hornet and her escort. While dealing with these attacks, an enemy task force slipped into Milne Bay under the cover of night and landed a substantial force. Milne Bay quickly fell as the attack caught them by surprise. Ships from Task Force 13 broke off and are gathering what troops and supply they can muster from Horn Island. With Tarawa fairly secured, Allied forces will be all in on retaking what has become one of their most vital positions in the Pacific. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our War on Sea campaign here inside the Pacific Theater mod. We have a lot to do today. I did not realize in the last episode that Milne Bay did end up falling to the Japanese. Luckily, we have split off Task Force 8, a branch off of 13, Hobart, Birmingham, Enterprise, and Vampire. They have now arrived at Horn Island, and we are going to get them loaded up with some troops and supply, and just get them moving back over to see if we can retake Milne Bay. It's a small force, but it's what we can muster. We can also make a run back to Port Moresby as well and grab some more there. There's plenty there, I think, to use. Task Force 13 has been under constant pressure. We've lost quite a few Wildcats and all of our Avengers, but we remain pretty dangerous. 32 Dauntlesses left. I don't think... Yep, we can't launch aircraft. We do have this plane that we're going to have to deal with as soon as we press play. Let's take a look at our merchant fleet. Task Force 7 here has our Patapscos and our C2s. We do have some extra command points. Looking pretty okay on command points. So we did just get them though, so we're going to have to go about 6 days before we get more, unless we can sink some stuff. So I want to be careful with them. I also don't really have anything coming back from Dockyard, so this is what we have to work with. I think we should beef up 7 here, maybe a couple C3s, and take them down into the Coral Sea would be our best bet. So let me add a couple of those and we'll get this convoy underway. Alright, we went ahead and got a C3 and a Haskell. We do have a fairly decent escort. Taking them into the Coral Sea, though, obviously nothing will be enough, but it will just have to do. So we're going to get these guys loaded up with some things and get them moving again. Alright, Task Force 9 is fully loaded. We are going to make our way and might have to contend with Milne Bay. No airfield there anymore. Alright, so let's see if we still get engaged by this aircraft. There they are. Let's go ahead and take a look. Hornet does not have very much to defend her here, but we will just have to make do. Really poor weather, and there they are. And once again, I think we will be alright. Just a couple of jakes. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Already got one down. Bombs are away. Another one down. Let's go ahead. We're going to turn hard to starboard. Start bringing it back. 2 hits. We look alright. More bombs are on their way. All misses. And it looks like the last 2 are going for Perkins. And Perkins is also hit. But nothing major on Hornet. Let's take a look at Perkins. She will suffer some minor flooding. Alright, well, We managed to survive another air raid. Hornet taking a little bit of damage. But we'll be alright, so I'm going to fast forward out of here and see you in the after action report. Here we are in the report. Minor damage on Hornet, she will be good, and minor damage, minor flooding on Perkins. We will be alright. We shot 3 of the 8 aircraft down, and we live to fight another day. Now, I think it would be smart. We need to probably break away from Milne Bay a little bit. I think if we break away from Milne Bay, I don't know though, it's hard. Well, we don't really have good vision here anymore. We're kind of needing to retreat actually back to Port Moresby. We also can't sit here though, because then the radar from Ley will pick us up. So we're going to go ahead and shift back to, that's not what I wanted. We're going to shift back towards Milne Bay and kind of circle in the middle of the sea back here. And just kind of bide our time. There's really not a whole lot we can do. I'm going to hold off sending 22 down as well for the moment. I think we can wait for Task Force 9 to make their way down and then maybe go together is what we can try to do. So we're just going to have to weather the storm. All right, we do get our troops landed on Milne Bay. It doesn't look like they're really going to do a whole lot. Air operations are available. There's no air base here though, so that is good. We have Thresher still patrolling. We might be able to make it back in time. Task Force 8's pretty quick to drop off some more. We did a decent amount. Yeah, they already took some, so we have 24 hours again. This time I think we have to do a little bit more supplies. We do have bombers inbound. Let's go ahead and get some Wildcats up. I'm thinking gotta be kind of cautious with our Wildcats. We don't have a lot. Let's go 6. Wrong task force. Who is this? 8. There we go. Get them moving to task force 8. I don't know if they make it in time. They do not. All right. Task Force 8, here we go. Hobart in the lead with Enterprise, Vampire, and Birmingham. All cruisers besides Vampire at least. Might be okay. Looks like we've got torpedo bombers. So let's go ahead and pick up speed. They're already at a bad angle. Try and just keep them at distance for the time being. All right, we have started to open up fire on these guys. Just the 5 of them. Can't quite tell who their targets are. Looks like these 3 might be breaking to Enterprise. And then, oh, I guess there's 6, not 5. And then these 3, maybe Hobart is their primary target. I'm not sure. Alright, we're starting to get kind of close now. Enterprise does have a slight speed debuff already. We need to go ahead and brake. Brake Enterprise off to the right. I'll do the same with Vampire. I don't think they're targeting Vampire. It looks like they're coming for Birmingham. And we'll slowly get her turned to the right. 1 hits. Oh, and we turned. They got us. We turned right into them. Slow down. Decrease speed. Decrease speed. Decrease speed. Birmingham. I don't see torpedoes. Alright, but we need to all stop. No collisions. All stop. No collisions. And Enterprise's damage isn't actually that bad. Not as bad as I thought. I mean, she's going to go home. But it's really not that bad. This fire is going to be handled. Even here, I mean, could be way worse in terms of speed. 3 torpedo hits and we only took on 5 cells of water. So HMS Enterprise will live to fight another day, but she is going to have to limp her way back home. Alright, fire is extinguished. Let's go ahead and take a look. We did shoot down half of them. Enterprise is heavy damage, heavy flooding. Everyone else has minor or no damage. No flooding in anyone else either. Well, Enterprise is going to have to stick with them for the time being to try and get... There we go. Try and drop off what she's got at Milne Bay. We do manage to get our Wildcats over this time. So let's take a look at what we have now. There we go, they are behind us. More torpedo bombers, carrying 2 each. This should be a quick and easy fight. 6 Wildcats should tear these guys up pretty easily. Our Wildcats decided to just fly in front of them every time, instead of getting back behind them. There we go. There's 2 down. And there's 3. We do lose 1 Wildcat, though. But we will take it, I suppose. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. 3 shot down. No other changes. And we will continue on back towards Milne Bay. Alright, we dropped off what we had. We're about halfway, almost. We are going to split off Enterprise, and she, like I mentioned before, is going to try and run the gauntlet here and head home. And we are going to turn these guys back around. I think they switched. They were Task Force 8, now they're 11. And take them back to Port Moresby for more troops and supply. This time I will be sure to get some aircraft up for them. We're going to do another 6 Wildcats. I think, what did we say they changed to? 11? Make sure they actually have some air coverage this time. Task Force 17, what remains of it, has returned to Midway, release and repair. Let's take a look. 29 days for Salt Lake City and 17 for Jupiter. Not too bad. Let's see, our air is starting to get fixed a little bit over here. Although we are out of fuel, I might have to make a slight detour with Task Force 9 just to drop off a little bit of fuel as a stopgap for the time being. And something happened. All of a sudden, all of our troops and supply is gone at Milne Bay. We're going to make one last drop off. I wonder if they dropped off a bunch of stuff that just immediately forced us off. It looks like it. Alright. Well, these guys get back. We are going to regroup with 13 and just have to wait for the main convoy to get down here. Alright, Task Force 77 is reloaded. The Macaulay's are empty. We are going to take some troops from Tarawa instead. We just don't have the manpower at Midway. Only 4,000. I guess I could... You know what? Let's actually still do it. Let's take from... Are we still in range? We're not. Let's go ahead and just take it because they're going to get replenished there anyway soon. And I don't foresee the IJN coming up this way. So let's go ahead and do it. Task Force 77, instead of actually going in here, we are continuing our offensive. We are heading straight for, what is this? Santa Cruz. We are heading straight for Santa Cruz. We're going to try and take that. That will make this area a little more safe. Alright, just because I feel like 71 has become a little redundant with our 2 main convoys, I'm going to go ahead and just release and repair all of them. That way, when they are done, we can get those points back. So we'll get the C3 merchant. The other merchants in that were actually damaged. So the Type C2 and the C3 were actually damaged. So that's why I sent them away. But I decided just to do the whole task force. I don't want to spend any points replacing them. And I think it'd be good to get some of those points back. We have 2 pretty full convoys. So I think we'll be okay with just those 2 for the time being. And then we can work on building a third one again when we get some more points. Alright, we dropped off 20 fuel at Tarawa just to get a air wing up and running, so we have something. The rest of it is still going to make its way into the Coral Sea. Hello, everyone. This is Editing Belisarius. Uh, I accidentally muted myself for like the next 10 minutes or so. So I'm doing a voiceover. I recorded this footage like 3 weeks ago, right after the last video. It was supposed to be edited, and it didn't happen. So here we are. I do apologize. I was in the middle of moving, and we are finally settled in. So hopefully, videos will be coming back at a fairly consistent rate. That's the plan. I'm gonna try and do 2 a week. Don't have any specific days, just 2 a week, and that's the plan. So enjoy the sped up montage. I don't remember what I'd be talking about during this. Not a lot really happening, and just scouting around in the Coral Sea. So, but yeah, I just wanted to explain what was going on and speed through this little montage here. So, we're gonna get into a battle where I will also have to do some voiceover because, again, I was muted. So I will see you there. All right, it is me again. I was actually muted for like 30 minutes. I'm finding out, and I don't know what's going on. This happened 3 weeks ago. So, whatever task force this is being attacked by some air. I'm probably gonna just speed run through the battles where I'm muted and get to the actual enjoying stuff, as I'm sure this is quite not as exciting. But yeah, we're fending off some Japanese planes at the moment and trying to live. Our Wildcats are getting over there, but of course the Japanese spawned closer, so they had a chance, but they decided to break off. I think I do remember this. Nothing really happens. We shoot down their Jakes, and that's about it. So I'm just going to skip to the after action report, or if anything else cool happens. Hey, look, a trade. All right, after action report. Nothing cool happened. We lost one plane. They lost 8 of their 8. We spun around in circles and shot at each other. So that was exciting air battle. That was Task Force 9. I don't remember who that was, but Task Force 9. You guys are more caught up than I am at this point. So I apologize. I don't know what's going on. It's just been a while. Task Force 9. Here we are, dropping off at Milne Bay. Good to know. Good to know. I will skip to the next battle, and we'll see what happens. Unless maybe you want to see what happens here first, actually. Manage cargo. Come on. Come on. Drop it off. There we go. It's fuel. No? Okay. The fuel again? No? Engineering? Oh, I do remember. I was mad at myself because I dropped off, or I brought so much fuel and engineering and not enough troops to take the bay back. So I was a little upset with myself. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward to the next exciting thing. Here we go. Task Force 77. Here's our next exciting thing. I think we dropped off, or we're on our way, and we've been encountered by some planes. We have no air escort because I didn't pay attention to the fact that Task Force 22 should be over here protecting these guys. So yeah, we have 10 ships going against, what is that, 15 Japanese planes. Some torpedoes, some bombs. Let's see what happens here. Alright, these guys drop into the deck. These guys, let's see, not torpedoes, these are big bombs. These guys dropping, and these guys dropping. So, looks like these guys are going for encounter maybe, or someone behind her. Hopefully they miss. We are opening fire. Keeping an eye on the big torpedo bombers. Those are what scare me more. These guys smoking in the background, and there we go. Macaulay hit pretty good. Yeah. 3 bomb hits, no magazine explosion, but she is in not good condition. Go ahead and slow down. Trying to work these fires. More bombers coming in. Smoking still. Or they're smoking as well. Doesn't look like we're going to get any. Let's see. Oh. Bye-bye, Macaulay. Critical damage, critical flooding. And there she goes. Now we just have to avoid these torpedo bombers. Macaulay had half of our troops, I think, in this convoy. So, not a good start for Java and her fleet here. Breaking the C3, turning into these torpedo bombers. Looks like they're coming for her. Still open fire. I think I checked what was there. I didn't see it still. Gonna move this Arcturus as well. Just because those torpedoes might drift back there to her. Although I'm pretty sure this becomes a mistake if I remember. They're coming in. Second group also coming in on the C3. You can kind of see them there. Here we go. Looks like 4 torpedoes. Crank it to the right. Try to wrap around here. Got that one to go. Do we avoid? Nope. We do not. Oh, and a magazine. 2 hits, 2 magazine explosions by C3. Now I did make a mistake. I should have just left this Arcturus straight. We're turning right into these torpedoes. Luckily I catch it just in time. The last planes I think got shot down. So that Arcturus in the back is fine. And I managed to save this one. I think the rest are okay. I turned this one just in case. Yes. There's the 4 torpedoes going just to the left. And we are good. I'm pretty sure that's all that happens in this first encounter with who's this? Task Force 77, I think. Yeah. So I will skip to the after action report. These 2 are lost, and we'll skip to the next exciting thing as well. Very quick after action report for you to see. We lose 2 ships, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Shut down a couple planes. We're going to try and get this task force 77 to Santa Cruz and unload our cargo. Still have 2,100 troops out of that other one and plenty of supply for them. Does kind of suck. We lost that first Macaulay, and I decided not to drop the fuel just because it doesn't appear, or the engineer. I take it back. So let's take a look. Santa Cruz. Maybe? Nope. Oh. Okay. Click, yep, we go back to Tarawa. And when do I show Santa Cruz? I don't. Let me find it. Alright, so I just don't show Santa Cruz. We're in this battle. I went ahead and changed formation. Put our Arcturus and Patapsco that still have stuff in the middle, because those are our most valuable ships at this point, aside from obviously Java and Encounter, but the rest of the merchants aren't quite as important. I mean, kind of depends, but I'll take loaded ships over non-ones any day of the week. Do I press start? Holy cow. 1 sec. Alright. Had to go forward about like a minute. Here we are in our next encounter. Let's see. A couple more planes. I don't remember how this one goes. It's just this 3 though. Haven't even looked at them still. Don't know what they are. Trying to get this convoy up to max speed. They're circling around. I'm assuming torpedo bombers, but I guess I just sit here and stare at my screen. So let me get to the action. Alright, finally get to see them. Some torpedo planes. 1 torpedo each, making a good run for our friends here in our convoy. Coming up from the back, taking a interesting angle. I believe there was 3 of them, I think. Don't have them on the map. There they are. 3. We are opening fire. Trying to take them all out. I don't know what I'm looking at. Anti-aircraft on this Arcturus. Just cruising along. I have no idea what I'm doing. Not paying any attention. Sometimes watching your own gameplay and you're just like, what are you doing? Especially when it's been a couple weeks. Alright. Torpedo planes closing in. Looks like they might be going for Macaulay. I don't know. Maybe Encounter? They're really not taking a good angle to anybody. We shoot one down. They are running the gauntlet. There goes two. And this third one, if I remember right, does go down. Maybe not. Counter. Max speed. Doesn't get his torpedo away and then go down. And that torpedo misses. Nice. Counter makes it out of this alive. Alright, well, I'm not going to show the after action report. You saw what happened. 3 planes shot down and no damage on our ships. I will skip ahead to the next thing. Here's me finally showing Santa Cruz, by the way. Pretty 50-50. Hopefully we can continue getting some stuff down here. I will skip ahead to the next thing now. Looks like yet another Task Force 77 encounter. Let's take a look-see. Go ahead and hit that maximum speed. 3 planes. The high altitude bombers. I think this is probably it. Oh, we just picked up. There's more aircraft. Do I not notice? There's more. I think. I'm not paying any attention. Awesome. Alright, well, we are just cruising along. I think I do remember this. I'm pretty sure I realized, like, as those other planes coming from the 231 and 228 bearings, like, they're flying over, and I don't realize until they're, like, right on top of us. And I'm like, oh, where did these things come from? Something like that. I don't know. Alright, these 3 coming in pretty quick. Taking a look at damage control for some reason on Java. There they are, taking some flak. Still haven't noticed the other plane still. I wonder, do I? I hope I don't just leave. Go ahead and turn Macaulay, I think, my plan. Make yourself a little more narrow. Can't just hit her. She has dropped all of the troops at least, which is a good thing. Not quite as valuable. Ooh, 1 good hit. And good flood, but that one fire is not going to take us out. She will live to see the next planes at least. I think they come from behind us actually. I do remember that now. Not gonna get. Oh, there goes one. One goes down. I don't know if we get any more. Lighten them up. I was muted that whole time. And more, even. Another group of 6 coming in. And another group of 3 torpedo bombers back here. Man, these guys are relentless. I don't really know what we can do here. This Arcturus is moving top speed. Bombs are most certainly away at this point. Yep, there they are. 2 big explosions, 1 dud. Let's take a look. No fire, but the right side of the ship is pretty flooded. We do get a couple of them to go down. Well, we have 2 ships that are going to be pretty dead in the water, with some torpedo bombers racing in. So we'll see how this goes. Looks like they are after our injured Macaulay. He really can't do much. I mean, the best I can do is this. And just try to thread the needle. But there's about to be 6 torpedoes in the water. Straighten out. Might be able to split them. But 1 torpedo hit and this Macaulay is for sure going down. We do get 1. Less torpedoes to contend with. They do make a good split. We might just be able to split the torpedoes here, though. Little slight to starboard. Straighten. Drop speed, drop speed, drop speed, drop speed. And I think we're clear. We are clear. We avoid the torpedoes. This Macaulay will live to fight another day, as long as there's no more ships or no more planes inbound. What a lucky drop! I think taking out that 1 plane was what did it. If all 6 dropped, I don't think we avoid all 6 with some damage, but we will take it. It's better than losing ships. And we shoot down quite a few planes. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We shoot down 6 out of the 15. And we should hopefully almost be out of range. Our Wildcats are obviously nowhere close to being in that kind of range. So we'll just have to deal with it. Looks like we are starting to regain control at Milne Bay. Moving some stuff over to Port Moresby. We're going to try and get a level 1 set up over here. Level 1 airfield. We still have... yeah. Perfect. Alright, well, pretty exciting episode. We have yet to retake Milne Bay, but we are in process, and we have a lot of command points to play with come next episode, so we have some wiggle room on how we want to move forward. Tarawa is fairly secure. I feel pretty comfortable leaving it undefended. Might get, a little something over here, maybe a light cruiser and a couple destroyers, just to have something, just in case. But I feel pretty confident holding on to Tarawa at this point, and I think taking Santa Cruz and Guadalcanal next are our 2 biggest steps moving forward, aside from Milne Bay, obviously, but regaining that is a must. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. I really appreciate it. I enjoy talking with you guys, so I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.